Live, right?
No.
What you want?
Facebook Live.
That's what it's saying.
But you can say it there.
How was that to Samaya and Bree?
You said I'm on Facebook Live.
They don't got Facebook anymore.
You know, the older people be on Facebook like us.
Well, I don't know what the solemn is. They can watch it afterwards after it's recorded.
Right.
Oh, Lord, hit the table.
Alright, so what's the question?
Oh, they said, what they say?
Can they hear us?
You can hear us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Okay, so Kelly, you want to start it off? Give us a little icebreaker before we get serious. I need some. I need just a little teeny bit of fun before we get serious.
Well, it's kind of hard to make domestic violence kind of laughable because it can get very, very serious. But, you know, I don't even know how to make it funny.
Well, let's not do that icebreaker. Let's do another icebreaker. Let's talk about something else, and then we can dive deep into the topic at hand.
Let's think of an icebreaker. I don't even know.
Hey, how y'all doing? Nice to meet y'all.
So tell the people why they call you Big Low. We can start off
Because
there.
I'm little, but I'm the biggest.
Okay,
Okay.
So this Big Low.
that's right.
Okay. You the biggest problem.
The prettiest one, too.
Okay.
And that's why I got my name.
Oh, girl, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I'm
But
on my knees.
Anyway, so I feel like we might as well just go ahead on and get into it.
Okay.
So today's topic, we're going to be talking about domestic violence. So today we have Big Low.
How y'all doing?
And she here kind of to tell her story. So we just want her to be open and honest today because honestly, it might be somebody out there that can learn from this whole situation or might be in this situation. Who knows? And if you are, don't be embarrassed. I probably should have spit my gum out.
But first, before she get into her story, y'all, we want to tell y'all exactly why we chose domestic violence for the topic today. So, another guest that was up here, Miss Shayna, I takes my color cosmetics, hit me up and was like, hey, I think y'all really should, well, she couldn't be here tonight, but she think that we really should focus on domestic violence because if y'all have been watching the news, it's been a lot of domestic violence going on in the Hampton Roads area just alone. With women getting killed by their boyfriends, getting missing, and then finding out that they're dead. And if I'm not mistaken, it was one this week.
It was one this week with somebody.
One on the 21st.
Yeah, and then there was another one where he kidnapped a girl from Virginia Beach, and then her body was found out in Norfolk. So domestic violence doesn't always look like what people think it look like. It doesn't always look like bruises and marks. Sometimes it can be mental, it can be financial. Even men get abused. So it's definitely different variations of domestic violence. And we just want to make people aware of what different versions of domestic violence is and kind of give them some red flags. So if you are in that situation, you can find ways to navigate to get out of that situation.
Right. So things like if you get into an argument with your significant other, and this is for men and women because men do get abused as well. But if you get into an argument with your significant other and they push you, do you consider that domestic violence, or do you feel like, oh, that was just a little something?
Yeah, it's an escalation. Like he might not punch you in your face, but he pushed you. Maybe next time he will. Or you know what I'm saying? Like,
And I think we back.
but it's being for real. Like domestic violence definitely gets worse. I don't know anybody who's been in a domestic violence situation that it has gotten better for them. Typically, it's just worse. It might start off with him or she just being verbally abusive. Then it might escalate to him being physically abusive. And the only way out of that situation is to leave and not through the funeral home. You know, you want to...
Or jail time.
Or jail time.
I'm going to be honest, though. I'm going to answer my own question. I don't feel like well, let me say this. The old me does not feel like getting pushed is domestic violence. And I'm going to say that because I was raised around people we fight. My grandma used to beat my uncle ass up and down the garage. Like, my mama known to fight. And then everybody, we jump on each other all the time. So, to me, that was normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I wouldn't consider, like, somebody pushing me. Maybe somebody punching me, yeah. But somebody just pushing me, I'm going to just be like, oh, that might be a little love tap. The old me. Now, the new me, I'll be like, okay, this man that pushed me, next thing he gonna smack my damn head off. You know, like, that's how it happens.
It's just a level of respect.
Escalate.
It's just a level of respect. If somebody is putting their hands on you, it's a way they showing you that they don't really respect you in that way. Because when you respect somebody, they're not gonna put their hands on you. There's just certain things when you respect somebody, you're just not gonna do.
Right.
But when you start to disrespect me by putting their hands on me, now I got to really think, is this something I want to do over and over again with you? You get what I'm saying? So somebody putting their hands on you, somebody disrespecting you is definitely a form of domestic violence. Like, everybody's not gonna look like Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? After getting beat up, you know, just saying, because that's sometimes people say that's the only way they know that they've been in a domestic violence situation is that they had a bloody nose or they had a black eye, and it might not even have ever been that severe. It's just the fact that your personal self was violated.
Somebody pulling your hair, ripping your clothes off of you,
breaking your property.
That's domestic
putting
violence.
Holes in your wall, breaking your cell phone. You know, that's all forms of domestic. Or even somebody trying to control you. If that person don't like you to have a lot of friends, they want to try to isolate you. That's a form of domestic violence. Or escalation. I ain't gonna say that's domestic violence, but it's an escalation to it because he's trying to control you. So you need to be mindful of that. Like, you out with your friends, and every time you out with your friends, he's calling you to come back. Be mindful. That's a red flag. Or family. He want to be the only. He want to be number one, or she want to be number one. It's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to be mindful of the red flags. And I'm only saying that because all of us sitting here have been in a domestic violence relationship.
And I have done both. I've been the one giving the domestic violence, and I've also been the one that took it too. So
okay,
it's been it wasn't
but that's
fun
but it's an acknowledgement. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the fact that you can acknowledge that you have been an aggressor in certain situations. That's a big deal. Because some people would never acknowledge the fact that they have played a part in domestic violence at all.
Accountability.
100%. 100%. So what other red flags you feel like is important to know so you can be aware that you're in a domestic violence situation?
Anybody that's like invading your space, like say if y'all in an argument and that person just walking up to you and you don't have no room to go left or right, like, you need to let them kind of know, look, I need you 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? Even before social distancing was out, you need, like, for real, you need to give me 6 feet. It's no reason why we having an argument and you got to be this close to my face. You're invading my space right now. So I feel you automatically gonna feel threatened. You're gonna feel like, okay, I need to do something or I need to get out of this situation. You're gonna go into that fight or flight mode. And to me, that's a sign of domestic violence, because if they're not letting you move or they're not letting you leave, then what are they gonna do for you? So, and like I said, I've been on both sides of the spectrum, so I don't agree with women being an aggressor towards men, because you do have some of those men, they do not give a damn. They're gonna hit your ass back. Like, that's just, they're not gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna leave or this and that or this and that. They're gonna be like, no, she keep hitting me, she keep throwing stuff, she keep messing up my car, breaking windows, busting out TVs. I'm gonna give her what she's looking for.
And everybody won't raise right? Yeah. So everybody won't raise that if a woman put their hands on you, walk away. Right. Some of them when raised that woman put their hands on you, choke their ass out. Bottom line.
True.
Okay, so everybody wasn't raised with that ideology that if somebody put their hands on you, just walk away.
Right.
So at the end of the day, a man can really beat a woman's ass if he wanted to. Bottom line, I don't care how strong.
And get rid of you.
It's not saying that you love
nothing.
trying to get people to come over and watch it. She said she don't get paid, but she don't see me on live. Is it public?
Oh, it's probably not.
If not, it's okay.
Hold on.
No, because I need to make it public. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do it afterwards. I don't think I can. Is yours? I don't think yours public either.
No, it's not.
We're gonna have to go public afterwards, cause
Yeah, we just gonna have to share it.
Because if I end now, everybody's gonna be out of it.
They would have to log back in.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna make it public afterwards.
alright, that's fine.
What I'm about to say. And
So what are your red flags?
I got so many red flags, child, but one of the red flags is if he's too jealous. It's okay to have a little bit of jealousy in your relationship. That's cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want your man to be like, you ain't wearing that. I'm like, okay. But after a while, it's not cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, it's become, now you're trying to control what I wear. You're trying to control where I go.
No, let me be me.
No.
When I want to wear my little booty shorts, when I want to show, because the fall is coming, that's my favorite season. So y'all gonna see me in a lot of tights. And I'm gonna be showing off literally like, don't be mad, because I'm not gonna wear no shirt to cover it up. I'm just not. So don't tell me what to wear.
Yeah, so a jealous man, that's a red flag for me. You gotta no, you can't. I only got one daddy. One.
Me too,
And he ain't even there. So it ain't no way you gonna come in my life and be my second daddy. That's a problem. Because when I don't listen, then what? You get what I'm saying?
What type of action are you gonna take against me?
Exactly. And nobody has time for that. I know people making comments too. I don't know what they saying.
What they saying? Brian, what they saying?
Insecurity. I guess that's a red flag they talking
Oh yeah,
Yeah, insecurity.
Yeah, if a man is
he's lying.
insecure, absolutely. Ain't no telling what he gonna do. Because he's so insecure, he gonna think you always out there doing something. You be at 7-Eleven. And he think you out there messing with.
Most times it's because that's what they do.
If you right about that.
That's true too.
If you right about that, because they definitely, a lot of times when you being accused of something, because he out there doing it.
What else I'm gonna say?
They was like, exactly, my booty gonna show or something.
Show it all. Period. Okay. Show that thing. Because I'm going to. You ain't got to worry about
You
it.
ain't lying. I'm not going to be mad if he go out with some gray sweatpants. It is what it is.
Or his hoochie daddy short.
That's right.
Because I need to wear what I want to wear. I'm sorry.
But if you insecure, absolutely. You need it, because if you insecure, it's nothing that I can do to make you secure. So at the end of the day,
Yeah,
you
you gotta
gotta
work on
find
you.
what's in you. Just like if I got insecurities, ain't really nothing my man can do to make me feel secure. I mean, he can try to uplift me, but your self-esteem has to do with yourself.
Yeah.
He's not the
That's
reason why my self-esteem is low, so he can't be the reason why my self-esteem is high. Because if it is based off a man, it ain't real. Because as soon as he do something that make you feel a type of way, your self-esteem gonna drop again. So, you gotta be accountable for your own self-esteem and work on your own security.
Yeah, that's big bad. So, Lo, before we get, like, dive deep into your story, like, did you recognize the red flags?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And I ignored it lately. Like, I knew it was wrong.
Make sure you speak up. You know
you.
you talk song.
But yeah, I seen the red flags. I seen all of them, and I just kept avoiding.
So
them.
which was the red flag for you?
Like the first one.
Any
Yeah.
one on. You can just
Yeah,
say
like
any
what
one
was
on.
your first red flag that you knew that something was wrong?
Being on the phone with my family, talking about me, they not be talking about me. It's just I didn't see them. I didn't talk to them for real. It was just I was sheltered, and it was just like, yeah. If you want me and him, it was a problem. It was an argument every time.
Did he leave the house?
Every time. Yeah. And I be sitting there crying, thinking it's my fault. And that's the mind games that they do. They play them very well. But yeah, besides keeping me in the house, he would change his password every day and make sure mine was unlocked. Like, it's everything that he could do, he made sure that I did it. Like, it was like
So controlling your phone.
everything. Everything. Don't
So
take
it
a
was
shower
kinda
till
like
I get there.
even.
Don't have my food ready at this time when I pull up. Whatever he asked for, whatever it was, me thinking I'm in love, I didn't. But that's
Trying to
not
keep
love.
them
Somebody who loves you is not gonna do that.
Right.
But that took a long time to like grasp.
So
I
at one
wouldn't-
point
I
did it
didn't know.
become physical?
I started it. I ain't gonna lie. I started the physical. I ain't gonna lie.
And I'm gonna be real with y'all. She started it because that's in my blood. Okay.
I started it. I have a bad problem with lying because I used to do it so well, and I hurt a lot of people, including myself. And I went through something traumatic that made me like just a light bulb whenever I had to flip the script. And I was a bit of a hypocrite because it's like, why you not being honest with me when I know how you used to
Want
be?
them damn noodles out here? You bought all the fries.
Look, put them over there. They on my drink. Put in her birdhouse. She ain't gonna know. But yeah, I started the physical. He was just lying directly to my face, like blatantly. Like I had the proof in one phone, he had the other, and I was just reading what I was reading, and he looked at me like he knew before he could say anything. I just immediately punched him, like all my mic directly in his mouth. That was the first fight. The last three, I didn't start those. I started it, but I didn't. He finished it. Put it that way.
Right.
That was wrong, but he definitely gave me most of my money though.
But did you consider that like love? Did you feel like, oh, this is normal? Like, did a part of you feel like it was normal?
Yes, because I'm looking at what's going on around me, and that should not have been that because I'm not them. Some people have limits. I know mine now. I did not know it before. It took the devil himself to show me. You know what I'm saying? I did not recognize it. But I'm thinking, okay, well, she going through this. This is worse. Or he going through this. This is worse. I can write it out until it just got worse and worse until I put it.
So when did you know this went too far?
I had a ring around my neck one time. The last time we fought, I had a ring around my neck. I ain't come outside for like 3 weeks.
So he choked you with his bare hand and left a ring around your neck?
Yeah. Yeah.
And look how small she is, y'all. She
Well,
definitely could have got
yeah,
hurt.
Yeah, I could have.
So how did y'all end? Like how did
I knew it was over when me being on top of 98 pounds. I was the one thing that really bothered me was me being
they're not gonna hear you.
my mother instinct. Everything just, I don't know, everything about me changed. But what bothered me the most is I feel like I became a horrible mother. I was worried about the wrong thing. I was manipulated and worried about one thing, and sometimes I couldn't get out of bed. My kids would be knocking at the door. I'd be like, Lord, I gotta get up. You know, it was bad. It was all around the board. It was not.
Did y'all fight around the kids?
Fun. No, they never seen us fight, but they heard us.
They hurt.
He quit to close the door. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's it.
And how old were your kids?
2 and 3. They're 3 and 4 now. About to be
Is that
4 or
their
5.
dad?
No.
Oh, okay.
He was the only male figure in their life though. For
So were
a
they
solid year and a
affected?
half. Definitely. After we broke up, it took my son like a month to stop calling his name every year at the door. He would run outside, look and see his car.
So how did you handle that? Like, cause some people stay in situations because of kids.
I just knew he didn't care about them. It took me a while, but I realized that he did not. When their birthdays came around or whatever, what happened?
But these damn flies.
For one, we in the backyard by the trash can, and
I
they
need
almost
to
in my
spray
food.
some damn home defense.
With my nose.
I need to spray the home defense. What in the hell? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to be serious, but this is really getting on my nerves.
And it got worse.
Jesus.
And it's over there.
I mean, I feel like it's a nice day, like nice little setup. We're gonna be outside when it get a little cool. But this is not what it is. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But he just didn't care about them. It took me a while to realize that.
And he
People like
didn't
that
care about you
usually-
either.
Yeah, I'm about to say people like that usually only care about themselves. And then we sometimes we have our moments where we relapse and we feel like we have to be. So we broke up, and then 2
What
months
they
later,
say?
I seen him again.
Great topic. Can't see all 3 of y'all.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And somebody said, do y'all feel like domestic violence can be grown, like,
Can be
can
what?
it go both ways? Meaning a
Definitely.
woman beating on a man.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. I was one of them.
Yeah, I started mine. I didn't.
And she just said she started hers as well. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, I ain't perfect.
Absolutely.
I'm guilty to a certain extent.
But I do think that if a man really, really wanted to hurt you, he could. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he really had the same aggression as a woman who has the same aggression, he's going to win every time just because they got that testosterone. So if he really wanted to hurt you, they can kill you with their bare hands. Like, it's nothing.
And I am a believer in, I do feel like you should not put your hands on a female even if they put their hands on you, but I also feel like a female should not engage with a man in that way because you can seriously get hurt. Because I have a son, so I'm thinking about it on both ways, and I was hitting on somebody's son too. So like at the end of the day, how much am I going to hit on somebody before they break, before they snap? Because I'm the same way. How many times am I going to let you hit on me before I shoot you? And then now I'm in jail and I can't take care of my kids. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what it is at this point. I'm going to shoot you. Point blank. No, I'm not even going to play with you. I'm not going to play with you at all at this point. Like,
when I was watching Snap every day,
yes,
to the point where I was like, they going to have a whole episode on me because I'm going to snap. Like, you, especially because I wasn't the type. I don't put my hands on nobody. Don't put your hands on me. Like, don't do that. But once I became pregnant, and you still putting your hands on me, then it's like, nah, then I got to protect
really
my child.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to protect my child. If I got to pick up some scissors, if I got to... No. Because if I really want to fight you, you're going to win. And sometimes fighting them back makes them even more upset.
So I'm going to take you out. I'm taking you out.
Oh, yeah, and I ain't for that. If you that type of guy that you like to get your girl all wild up to the point that she have to hit you,
now that's a red flag.
That's a fetish that I can't.
And men and women like that. It's some women that can't operate.
Ain't nothing cute.
Yeah, they feel
toxic
like
it's
a toxic situation.
It's not cute.
They can't operate unless something is going on like chaotic or
drama.
Oh, we ain't argue today. Let me start something with him. You know, let me start something with him to see where he at, or because women think that when a man put their hands on them or whatever like that or trying to control them that they care. That does not mean that they care. It's the total opposite.
If you are not mentally stable, they will know that and take advantage of that.
Ooh, that too.
That's the one.
Absolutely. When you're vulnerable, men and women can sense that. It's almost like a dog when they can sense fear. Like if they know that you're vulnerable, they know that, okay, I can really come in, I can build you up just to let you down. Okay? And then because you're so vulnerable and you're so broken at that point, that you are willing to accept somebody doing something that you would never ordinarily do.
Right.
You wouldn't.
So speaking of Snap too, I'm glad you brought that up. So I don't know if y'all remember a couple of years ago with the girl was with her husband in Jano Shopping Center.
Oh yeah.
And she was running him over.
Years of my life. She was screaming.
Yes, that's an example of someone that just had enough. And I remember I can laugh
about. I don't know if it was DV. I don't know if it was domestic violence. Could have been just got tired of your ass cheating.
Yeah, but that's what she did. But technically, that's still domestic violence because of what she did to him. Yes, because she could have just been like, okay, I'm gonna divorce you, blah blah blah. So I can laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny then. But I remember my mama calling to make sure that wasn't me. She called like, oh, I was making sure it wasn't you because I heard it was a crazy girl in jail and this and that. Because at the time I was going through something that probably was gonna end up like that for letting people play in my damn face. Okay. But at the time, it wasn't that funny. But I can laugh about it now because my mom is a fool. But that's an example of somebody that's just, I had enough. And that can go either way, male or female. But then you have situations when these men try to control the girls. Like the girl that died in Huntersville, her boyfriend was trying to control her. And he ended up killing her and her mother.
Oh, yeah.
That was very traumatizing and very sad on all levels. So now you're bringing other people into possible harm too. So just like the kids, yeah, they heard y'all, but if they would have saw or been involved, even with my kids have seen me act the damn fool. I'm not proud of that, but I'm being real about it. So if I have them in them type of situations, what if something would have happened to them? then I gotta live with that. So you gotta be mindful, and you gotta really ask yourself, is it worth it? It's not.
Absolutely. And
It's
then
really
you got to
is.
be mindful, like, especially with your situation, your children being so young, if they would have intervened, they're at a vulnerable age where they can't defend themselves. Like, your
And my
son,
kids
if
would
it
have
was
tried.
if
Me
it
and
was
my
a
kids.
DV
Yeah, so they
situation,
babies.
your son is old enough where he can really defend. But a 2 or 3-year-old, they'll try.
Yeah.
But I done seen 2 or 3-year-olds get in the middle, and they the ones that get seriously hurt.
See, I'd be in jail. I'm happy you didn't get to that point.
Yeah, absolutely, because those are things that is difficult to ever come back from and erase from your memory. And we got enough memories to live on for the rest of our lives. We don't need to add that.
And it
For sure.
traumatizes the kids too, and if they're involved, they're not gonna end up respecting you at the end of the day, because they're gonna look at you like, why are you doing it?
And why I'm gonna respect you and you let Mr. Rodney come over here and knock your head off? Why I'm gonna respect you?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to demonstrate what you want in your household. You get what I'm saying? Kids are monkey see, monkey do. So you can tell your children all day, all night, not to do something. They still might do it because they seen you do it.
They said that man in jail has passed away.
That's right, and that's another thing too. He
He
did
died.
pass away. He died.
Oh yeah, he did that.
He died, and even if she felt like what he did to her was wrong, he didn't deserve to die. Like, that's not her place.
Yeah.
That's not your place to take someone's life, and that's another reason why I feel like this domestic violence is like hitting home so hard, because it's not your place to take no one's life in that way. You're leaving kids without mothers, without fathers. Like, who's gonna raise them? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I probably will see some of those same children come into where I work at, because they can't process their emotions. They don't know how to deal with the death of their mother, their father. You know.
But when you see domestic violence like that, it's because those adults don't know how to process their emotions, so they
That
become
too.
physical. So a lot of stuff that happened in your childhood manifests in your adulthood. So if you don't address it, it don't just go away.
No.
It just has until there's something that triggers you and it comes back out. So I would encourage anybody to get the help that you need so you can continue to have healthy relationships with other people. You get what I'm saying? And you're able to recognize when you're not in a healthy situation and know how to remove yourself from it. And when you're healthy and you have a healthy relationship with yourself, like I said a couple of lives ago, it's gonna be so many red flags. You're not gonna deal with a whole lot of people because it's just certain things you just don't tolerate.
Yeah, and that's okay. It's okay for you to wake up and say, hey, I had something get in my head knocked off 2 weeks ago, but this week I'm not gonna do it. Like, and that's okay. And don't feel
Stand on
like,
that too.
yeah, don't apologize, don't be sorry about it. Like, you practice practice. It's about me, putting yourself first. Like, self-care is very important. That's like the number one thing I feel to build yourself up, to build your self-esteem up, is what we need.
And I just want to say too, please don't think that just because he ain't put his hands on me or she didn't put, that is not a domestic violence relationship. If y'all living together and he was paying for everything and he know you ain't got no job, but then all of a sudden he just stopped paying for everything in the house, that's financial abuse. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right, that's it.
recognize that there's different variations of domestic violence
Or you can't go nowhere.
that might never be physical.
Right.
Might not never lead to physical.
You can't go nowhere, but as soon as his boys call, he out.
Yeah, I
Chilling.
think mental was worse.
Absolutely.
The mental will
Because my
break you
mental was
down.
definitely worse than my physical.
Like you said, you couldn't get out of bed. You couldn't even focus on being a mom, or even focus on yourself for that matter, because you have somebody controlling your emotions at this point, controlling everything that you do. So it's like, I don't want to make him mad, because once the physical get involved, you really don't want to take it there no more. So
Listen.
it's like, I don't want to make him mad, so now I gotta walk around on eggshells. I gotta tiptoe
in my own house.
in your own house.
Yes,
No.
or then you start neglecting yourself. I never forget the time. I never do this again. I walked the 7-Eleven with a with a stocking cap on my head. I ain't even care about myself at that point no more. I ain't care how I look. When somebody just break you down, you just don't even got the energy to put in.
You got me thinking now, because this is my first time getting my hair done since we been broken up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just don't put the same energy in yourself. Like your energy is depleted. Everything. And just making yourself feel pretty takes energy.
It
so
does.
when I was starting,
And then when you do that, it's why you looking like this? Why you doing that? Where you going?
I done went to the store without a bra on. Now that's a problem.
Now you know you can't do that.
That's what I said.
Now we can't do that, okay? No ma'am. We got to have them things secure.
I was letting myself go. If they knew me back then, I'm not the same person. I care about myself now. Then, with what I was going through and what I was dealing with, it was totally different Kelly. So if you knew me then and don't know me now, oh well, you missing the best version of me. Because then,
you reinvented yourself and you got to do
absolutely. I mean, I'm thankful to have gone through that, because at the end of the day, it made me who I am today. You get what I'm saying? And you know, out of such a nightmare, I had the best gift ever, which is my child. But it broke me down. And it takes a lot to rebuild yourself. It takes time. And you can't be hard on yourself when it takes time to rebuild yourself. And even if you start to miss that person, because it couldn't have always been horrible. You get what I'm saying? It's a reason why you fell in love with them. It's
or
a reason
continue
why
to try to work it out.
It's a reason. You know what I'm saying? They ain't, just because they had bad moments don't mean they're a horrible person altogether. But
see, that's the reason. See, that's what took me so long to leave. That's what took me so long to leave.
But that's why you can't get mad at yourself for having those feelings. Like you got to give yourself grace. You get what I'm saying? Because you are gonna have moments where you feel like, well, damn, I did play a part.
Self-preservation.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That is very key.
That is key, because if you allow somebody to keep knock your head off, you damaging yourself way more than just physically.
And women and men who go through letting women take all their money. Like, I'm sorry, but it's 2022 and the world is, to live is expensive, honey. Help each other out. You can't just be giving, taking.
But if that's the arrangements that they had, then that's that.
That's one thing, but sometimes that's where it comes to the financial abuse, where women take advantage of that because they know a man will give, and they ain't gotta do nothing but give them some ass. I'm sorry, it's more to life than just that. Like, you gotta help each other out here. It's not bread ain't $2 or $1 no more. Like,
so eggs they 39 cents a pack.
Like,
yeah, man. Shoot, when a pack of chicken went up to $20,
24.
What? You gotta help each other out. Like, you can't just be taking, and you're not helping each other. Like, a relationship is about growth, it's about building. Now, if y'all have the arrangement, like she said, that's one thing. But it's men out here to be like, damn, I can't have no savings, I can't have this, I can't have that. You can have whatever you want to have if you set a boundary, and that's the thing. You gotta set boundaries.
And you gotta teach people how to treat you. If you taught this person that it's okay to just go to this person and get all that you can from them, then you have to teach them that it's not okay. So at the end of the day, you got to teach people how to treat you and stand on that. Don't be like, really stand on this is what it is and this is what it ain't. So I'm not your bank. I'm not who you can come to and just get money from. I'm not that.
Yeah,
and stand on it. But don't be like, well, make this your last time you ask me for something.
And women too, women give to men, especially when they want, especially the ones.
Man, what?
Especially the ones that they want to control.
You bought a car.
Girl, I did too much. Yeah, it's me.
No, I can't drive in this. I ain't buy no car, but I co-sign. But that's a whole nother story.
Girl,
we live and we learn.
Yes, definitely. You do. So you can't judge nobody. That's somebody out there probably was gonna go.
I'm sorry, because I hear Shorty say, if I did it though. If I didn't do it, I was like, girl, you crazy as hell. You did what?
But you can't do that because
I can't, because I didn't did it. I never thought I would, but I've done things.
But that's why I don't call people crazy when it comes to matters of the heart. Like, if you really love somebody,
there's no limit.
It's stuff that you're gonna do when you don't love.
Yeah.
When you know what I'm saying? Like, if I love somebody, it's some stuff that I probably wouldn't do if I did.
You gotta realize when this is one sided.
Absolutely.
When your cup is empty and theirs is full,
your relationship should be like a seesaw. It should be even. When it's lopsided like that, when you feel like you giving more than you receiving, it's a problem. You get what I'm saying? That's a problem, and it's going to start affecting your relationship. Y'all gonna start having arguments, and it might lead to something physical. You might be the aggressor that time.
But I'm glad we all have got out of this situation. I'm gonna be honest though, I ain't thankful that I went through this shit. I would have rather not go through it. No, for real, I'm just being real. I get so tired of us or hearing stories like, oh, people have a beautiful love story, but they went through hell and back, or you been drugged. Like, I hate. Why do we have to be there? Why can't it just be like from the start? That might be me and my little fantasy world.
Yeah, I love hopeless romantic.
Yes, you know. I mean, I just don't.
No world like that.
The real world, it will eat you up and spit you out. It really will. So if anybody is out there and y'all going through this, I hope y'all learn from this podcast. There's resources out there that you can look up. Plenty with the city, any city you live in, pretty much. And just have your boundaries.
And stand on it. Don't just say this is what I ain't gonna take, but then you took it. Stand on it. Like, stand this.
It says.
When you put your hands on me, the first time I'm leaving, I'm out. Now, all right, I see what I did wrong. So the next time you put your hands on me, I'm gone. Like, no, stand on that.
Saying remove yourself is sometimes easier said. It can be very hard.
Yes,
absolutely,
very hard. That's why I said there's resources out there that can lead up to that can help you get through that, because like we said, some people can't leave because they're thinking about the kids or it's financial. But when you really want to get out of something, trust me, you're gonna get out of it. If you got to get 2-3 jobs, or if you got to change your name, go stay at a battered woman's shelter or a men's shelter or whatever, you're gonna do what it takes when you really want to get out there, if you value your life. If it's to that point, it may not be to that point. Like you said, sometimes abuse is never physical, but it's other things too. Like I said, if it's non-physical, then you just got to know when to have your boundaries and set them and set the tone. Teach people how to treat you. I promise you that will go a long way. Like, that's the best thing you could ever do to anybody, is teach them how to treat you. And like Kelly said, leave. If that's possible for you, and I know sometimes it ain't. I say get a gun. I mean, again, that's just where I'm at with it.
She ready.
She ready to shoot everything. Put your hands on me. That's it.
Okay, shot
because I've been through that, y'all, and it wasn't a good feeling. Like
I thank God I ain't had no gun.
Having to put makeup. I didn't have one at the time, and I wish I did, because I won't be doing this podcast. But I'm gonna tell you right now, having to put makeup on to hide your black eye, having to look in the mirror at marks on yourself, it's not a fun thing. It's not a good thing at all. And black eyes do not heal quickly. They don't. I had one for months and months and months, and it was not cool having to hide that from my family, from my kids.
Try that.
Well, try, yeah, because some people didn't notice it. I mean, it is what it is. So, like, that wasn't cool to me. That's not something that I wanted to look at. That was a constant reminder of what happened. Constant reminder of me choosing to deal with something that I ain't have to. I'm better than that.
So can I ask you a question? When do you feel like that you know for a fact you're done?
When I want to kill you.
No, I'm saying like
for real.
I'm saying like heal wise. Like this situation over with. I've overcome it. It's over with. I won't think about it.
When you no longer, I feel like when you can start to talk about a situation non-emotionally, right? It's just a matter of fact. Like, this happened to me. But I feel like when you still talking with it with emotion, and you still have a lot of, because the opposite of love is hate, right? But when you're in that middle where you don't have any ill feelings, and it is what it is, I played a part in that, you played a part in that, it didn't work for whatever reason, certain situations just went too far, then I feel like you're kind of healed from that situation. But if it's still some emotional things that's coming out of you, because I feel like I'm okay with that. Like, we share a child, I don't hold any animosity. We were young. I don't feel like he knew how to love properly, so it is showed. It is what it is. I would never allow him to cross that boundary with me again, and I stand on that.
Okay. So that's what I was about to say. The reason I came here and decided I wanted to do this is because you called me when I was in the grocery store and asked me about this. That same night, he called me. He never calls me. I ain't talked to this man in months.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately, I'm like, alright, do I pick up? Y'all, I'm just shaking thinking, do I pick up this phone? And I picked up, and immediately when I heard his voice, it took me way back to me being locked in my closet, can't get out my room type. Like, I heard him.
That's like PTSD.
Look, I heard him, right? And I'm like, hello? I'm thinking it's a dream. It's not real, because if I get super, super drunk back then a couple months ago, I'll do something about call him and regret it. But every time you speak, I never tell him no. But then you call me, ask me, I'll talk about it. That same night you called me, 4 o'clock in the morning, his first words is, man, I'm trying to fuck, where you at? I'm thinking, you know me, I'm thinking he would call like, oh, I'm sorry, no. It was just confirmation, like, bro, you made the right decision. And I told the nigga no, he did not slide. I never text back, I ain't pick up again. That's something I never did. I've never told that man no, nothing.
So how did it feel?
I cried. It felt, I can't even explain it.
But was it a good emotion?
I can't explain
like,
the joy that I felt. It's
you
like,
enjoyed
damn, you
okay.
really bit low now. Like, that was the last thing you needed. And it felt like a weight lift off my shoulders. And I'm lit. I took a shot. I was excited. It was a celebration to me. Cause, and I pray my homegirls, they look at me like I'm crazy, but I pray they never know how this feels though. You know what I'm saying? They never went through what I went through. But the fact that I said no, it felt like a milestone. It felt
That
like,
is a milestone.
like, yeah, like,
because that was
I'm
your
done.
first no.
And I'm not gonna do it.
You gotta
again.
be
It's no
proud.
pick up now. I'm very proud.
I
I didn't think I was gonna do it.
I'm proud of you.
All right, thank you.
Because it takes a lot.
What? I was on the phone shaking, just like, that's how I knew, like, yeah, but this is not.
But as far as me though, I'm still healing. For real, to be honest. Like, I go to therapy, I do my self-care, I do my journaling. I'm on my spiritual journey overall. Healing from trauma overall. Like, but when I knew I was done, I knew I was done. I'm never gonna look back because I want to kill you at this point. Like, and I'm laughing when I say that, y'all, but I was serious. Like, when you allowing somebody to take your freedom, they having too much control over you.
Yes, pretty.
And I have children. I'm educated. I'm trying to make something of myself, y'all, and I refuse to let anybody drag me down that road. So when I get that, if I'm feeling like that, you gotta go.
Yeah.
It's no turning back. It's no, hey, can we be friends? That person has tried to contact me numerous occasions. And you're blocked. Any page you make, you're blocked.
I haven't got to that point yet.
Family has tried to contact me.
It's a journey. Like,
blocked.
you don't get there overnight.
I don't want to see what you got going on. I don't care what you got going on.
Because I got sick physically seeing his sister posting me. I'd be like, oh, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
I deleted everybody.
I don't care what you got going on. I don't want to see you. That person then try to hit my family members up and everything. Like, no, we don't like you. Like, it's over with. You know, I don't want to hear your apologies because you won't start when you did. So at the end of the day, and I don't think that person ever tried to hit me up to mess back with me, but they hit me up like probably feeling remorseful. Maybe they did, maybe
Trying
they
to make
didn't.
themselves up. They want to
But
at night.
I don't care because at this point, I don't have to give you the amends that you're looking for.
So don't.
You gotta get that on your own. So, and I'm not.
And it's a journey. Like, I'm proud that you was able to tell yourself,
I
like,
love and
no.
miss you, Lita.
Who said that?
I'm always here for you.
Who is that?
Somebody named
Who's talking about me?
Derek Scott.
Derek Scott.
Oh,
Derek
Derek.
Scott, Derek
Hey, Derek. I didn't know who that was.
And that's powerful. Because there's probably somebody out there that's going through that right now.
Yeah,
That
because
don't
I was
know
the
what
one
it
that was
is.
screaming. I never. A nigga put his hands on me being me, never. And I really went through it.
I remember
And I
you
really went
judging
through
me.
it. I wasn't judging. I'm just
No,
like,
let's
bitch,
keep it
leave him
real.
alone.
No, we're gonna lay it on the table right now. We're gonna keep it real.
I
Okay?
told you to leave that
You
nigga
was
alone.
judging me.
I wasn't. Well,
You
okay,
was judging me.
okay. Well, I can't now.
Yeah, okay.
So can't.
But why do you feel like she was judging you?
Yeah.
What makes
Well, I feel like she was judging me because
I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'll be doing it.
Right.
Crazy be doing it.
And she didn't know. And
then I went
granted,
through it
she
years
looked up
later.
to me because I'm her older cousin. And everyone that flocks to me knows the type of person that know what I'm capable of. So at the end of the day, of course she didn't want me to see me going through that. But at the end of the day, she like, girl, you crazy, you stupid, you this and you that. And I'm like, you don't know how it feels when you love someone and you go through all this and you go through all that. And I kept telling her, stop saying it. Didn't I tell you that? I said, stop saying that because you don't ever want to be in this position. And I told her, I said, learn from me.
Literally.
Watch me. And what happened? History repeats itself.
Never
So that's
mind.
what we trying to do. We trying to break generational curses on this thing.
And
y'all.
I just want to say, some of the strongest women, including myself, have been victim of it. Because some, like, it doesn't matter. Like, when Superman had kryptonite, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can be the strongest person in the world. It's gonna always be something out there that makes you weak. Sometimes it's just a man that can bring that out of you. So don't ever feel bad. Like, I thought it wouldn't be me, but it was me. Like, then what is it about me? No, because it can happen to anybody. And anybody out there that feel like, they better than me, and I wish a nigga would. You gonna be this main one out there hiding somewhere, scared to be found by him.
And sometimes
it's
the
not a
sex,
good
too.
feeling. It's not a good feeling.
Well, it won't for me, but I'm just saying, like men and women, men may feel like, oh my God, it's just so good, this and that, I can't leave her crazy ass alone. We same thing. Oh, it feels so good, but it don't feel good when he punching on you.
Well, the theory is, if you crazy, you got good sex. That's what they say. I don't know. Well, that's what they say. So it ain't worth it. Ain't nothing worth it. If it's that good and he crazy,
like they say, I'm not really that behind that.
No. I don't even want you to love me like that. I see these videos of men going crazy behind a woman and kicking in the. Please don't love me like that.
Don't love me to death.
Do not love me. Love me to life. Okay? Because
I don't want to be loved to death.
I don't want.
Already.
I do not want my family to identify me. Okay?
Right.
You don't want your kids to say, "That's my mommy." Like, you don't want your family to have to pick out what type of obituary they're going to get for you. What funeral home they're going to place you at. You don't want none of that.
And on top of that, some families going to get in trouble behind you too. Because it's people out
Oh,
there who care
yeah.
about you.
Camera messing up.
The right cousin or the right uncle might just be ready to risk it all.
All of it.
And there's more people getting hurt behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a domino
This
effect.
camera is messing.